Make sure you are around people who are willing to invest in you as a person. And make sure you also take time to invest in yourself. I bring this topic up because today I received a compliment from one of my clients. Shout out to Angie Fierstein, who just launched her new book, Navigating the Storm, as well as the companion journal, The Storm Journal. And in her compliment, she said, I want to read this like she said. She said, you're such a natural speaker and overcomer. And I found that compliment interesting. Of course, thank you so much. I enjoy it. But what's interesting to me is I have not always been a natural speaker. When I was a little girl, before the age of 12, I struggled to say certain words, especially words that were over 3 syllables. But my grandmother and my mom recognized the potential in me to be a better speaker, and they worked with me to ensure that I was speaking better. One of the things I had to learn to do was over enunciate. Now, what's interesting is what I found out later on as an adult, but I'll get to that. And some of the things that my grandmother did to push me into the speaking arena, to push me into presentation mode, was to place me in pageants. And then she would always have me called up to the church. She would put me in leadership roles. She was very invested in how I was presenting myself and speaking. And then my mom at home, she would say, nope, you didn't say that right. But that was good because they saw something in me that I did not see in myself at that time. And so oftentimes when I hear people say, oh man, you're such a good speaker, they think it's because of my law school training. Let me say this, law school is great. And yes, we are trained, but I learned to speak well before I attended law school. So yes, I can get up and stand in front of a crowd with confidence and be able to deliver whatever message it is that I need to deliver. But it was when I was an adult and I went to the dentist, and the dentist said, interesting. Your tongue is too big for the size of your mouth. So there is some type of a deformity there. But of course, at the time, my mother did not know that. They just knew she could do better, and they took the time to invest in me. And there are other things that I have wanted to do in life, and you may not have somebody who invests in you or believe in what it is that you're doing, or may question what it is that you're doing. So at those times, you have to invest in yourself. But I've also continued to build upon what it is that they were teaching me at the time. So my whole message is, you're seeing one thing now, but a lot of work went into helping me become who I am today as a speaker. And then as far as the overcomer part, I've already said, sometimes we go through all types of situations so that we can become the strong people that we are. Would we rather go through them? Most times not. You don't want to have to go through the hard lesson to be able to apply it later. But if you are going through something that's difficult, if you are struggling with speaking like I did before the age of 12, I can tell you this: you can reach the next level. Make sure you're around people who are willing to invest in you and help you reach the next level. And even if you don't have somebody that's willing to invest in you, think enough of yourself to invest in yourself, because you are important and you do have something to offer the world in a way that is going to impact the world and change the world to make it a little bit better because of the actions that you're taking. Thank you so much for listening in, and I look forward to talking to you in the next one. Bye.